Hey guys, Brett Weiss here. Thank you for tuning in. I am at the park on an absolutely gorgeous afternoon. Just want to give you guys some insider details and just my overall impression of the Intellivision Amico event. That was Friday. Going to give you some background as well. It was awesome. I had a great time. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. That would be awesome of you guys. It's super helpful. You can also check out links to my books and my Patreon in the description of this video. So just vlogging today, having a good time, reminiscing about Friday. It was an amazing day. It was one of the coolest days of my professional gaming career. I absolutely had a great time. But I want to talk about the day when I got to put my hands on an Intellivision Amico and play the thing. I was there from 11 in the morning until about 5 p.m. and just hanging out with Tommy Tallarico, the president of Intellivision, and playing the Amico. I played about 6 games on it, and I watched other people play, and it was a really good experience. I'm going to have a review for you guys on my channel, so that's when I'll really get into the games and what I thought of the controller and just what I thought of the console in general. But I just want to talk about the experience and the day in this video. So I heard from Tommy maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, and he reached out to me. He sent me an email and was just asking if I wanted to attend this event at the National Videogame Museum in Dallas. It was open to the public because technically the museum was open, but this wasn't they didn't send out publicity notices to people for this because they didn't want the museum overrun with people. They didn't want it super crowded in there. They sent invitations to 12 or 14 of us, gaming people, YouTubers, journalists, people on the technical side. There was actually a couple of other people from Intellivision there, including a guy that was worked on firmware for the company. And there was the retro gaming buyer for corporate GameStop was there. She's really cool. I had met her before. She's a ton of fun. And I'm trying to convince her to sell my books in GameStop, or at least online. So we'll see how that goes. But she's great, a ton of fun. And we actually played some Amico games together, which was a lot of fun. But Tommy reached out to me 3 or 4 weeks ahead of the event, asking me if I wanted to come out and test the Amico. And of course, absolutely, that was a great opportunity. No way I was going to pass that up. It was on a Friday, and I had worked the night before, but I was free for that day. And yeah, no way I was going to pass that up. And I'm so glad nothing, no emergencies came up, so I could actually attend that and be there. So I got there a little after 11, and there were already people gathered around the Amico playing it. I'm like, oh no, what did I miss? But I didn't want to get there, 15 minutes early and act like some kind of fanboy or something. But anyway, I was fashionably 4 or 5 minutes late. Anyway, I casually strolled up there, not, I didn't want to appear too excited. But yeah, there was a family and just some other people around playing the Amico, and I saw some friends were there. Jeremy Sneed, the director of Playing with Power, the new Nintendo documentary that I'm in, showing on Crackle, was there. And Craig Skistimus, Stuttering Craig from the old Screw Attack Gaming Convention, he was there. So I caught up with him a little bit, and he's now married and has kids and everything. And it was really cool talking to him about the old Screw Attack days and how much fun those conventions were. And so I watched him play some Amico, and I played Shark against the GameStop retro gaming buyer. And that was a ton of fun. And we played the first game. She beat me at the first game, and then I beat her at the next 2. But the guy that was from Intellivision there that, helped design the game, he actually beat both of us by a substantial margin. And I really can't, he actually worked on the game. So, hey, what can I say? I grew up playing the Intellivision. Shark is one of my favorite games for the console. Top 5 or 6 for sure. And he soundly beat us both, but hey. Anyway, so speaking of the Intellivision, I first experienced the console when it came out. It was test marketed in '79 and released wide to the public across the U.S. in '80. And friends had it. I didn't have one right away because it was, it was about $300, and that was a non-starter in our family. We weren't going to get that, but several friends had the console, which was great because I could just go to their house and play it, and that was good enough for me. And multiplayer gaming was a focus with the sports titles. That was really cool, and obviously multiplayer is the focus of the Amico. And in 1980, I was 14 years old, and I was sort of going out with a girl who was 16, which was really cool because she had a car. But even better, their family had a ping pong table and an Intellivision. Wow, that was really great. So that was really cool. But her dad and her dad's friend were playing it a lot, playing football, NFL football, Major League Baseball, NBA basketball. They loved the sports games and would just go nuts playing it and laughing and stuff. And so we didn't get a ton of time on the console, but it's cool that she had it. And but also then sometime 81 or so, 81, we had like a youth retreat thing for our church, and over at our youth director's house, and we played Intellivision late into the night, and that's when I discovered games like Astrosmash and Star Strike and games like that, some of the more impressive, space games for the console, and I really loved that. That was a ton of fun. And I like those games better than the strategy games and the sports games and everything. That was just more my line, outer space, science fiction, action, shooting. That was more my speed, and that's when I became a hardcore Intellivision fan. And then when games like Beauty and the Beast came out, and just so many great titles, Worm Womper, so many great titles for the Intellivision that are so awesome. Space Armada, kind of a Space Invaders clone, a little clunky, but still a ton of fun. And Lock and Chase, a great maze adaptation of the arcade game. Anyway, back to the Amico event. We stayed there till about 5 o'clock, and there was John Hardy with the national, co-founder of the National Video Game Museum, and a few of others. And after the event, that 6 hours from 11 to 5 passed by so quickly, but the day wasn't over. But I'll get to that in just a second, because that 6 hours at the museum passed by so quickly. Now, I'm already a big fan of the National Video Game Museum, and I've probably been there. I think that was probably about my 15th visit. And, in the 3 years it's been open. So I go there periodically for different events and just for fun. And throughout the day, just talking, hanging out with, other people that were excited for the Amico. And, being a longtime Intellivision fan, I'm the built-in audience for the Amico. But what they're really reaching for is families and little kids to play this, family-friendly games, multiplayer gaming together. And I'm going to do, like I said, I'll do a full review, but from what I gathered and just the experience I had playing the games, and then the families I saw at the museum playing the games, everybody was having a great time. Like I said, the museum was open to the public, so the people who just happened to be there, and most of them had probably, or all of them, probably never even heard of the Amico going into the museum because it's a console that's not out yet. And they appeared to be having a good time, so that was really cool. But I had such a great time. It passed by so fast, and it was just a whirlwind day. And I played, like I said, about 5 or 6 games, and it went by too quickly. It seems like, I blinked and it was 8 o'clock that night and I was back home. But at 5 or so, after the event, Tommy invited, everybody that was specifically invited there for the event out to dinner. So there were about 10 or so of us went out to dinner. And that was really interesting. We had a great time, had a lot of laughs, had some excellent pizza and a really good dark beer. That was just awesome. So thanks, Tommy, for that. And thanks for the day in general. It was a ton of fun. And I think the Amico is going to be a big success because my hands-on experience playing the console, it just felt natural. It felt great. And, some of the negatives or potential negatives you've heard about, like possible lag with the controller in the games and stuff, non-existent. And it's kind of interesting. So a game console that hasn't even come out yet, it's pretty interesting that it's already getting so much buzz. And it's not a you know, it's not a household name yet, the Amico, like the PlayStation or the Xbox or Nintendo, and hopefully it will be. You know, we won't know until October and beyond when it comes out, and it has been delayed, and some of the people that are just severely anti-Amico are, you know, just talking about how it's a scam, meaning there's no such thing as the Amico, or that it's never going to come out, like the Coleco Chameleon debacle. But I can assure you, having played the console and having followed its you know, development over the last 2-3 years, it's a real deal. And some people are saying it's a ripoff, which is different than a scam, that it's not going to be worth $250. Now that's up to each individual person to decide if it's worth $250. But what I saw, as well as the controllers worked, as fun as the games were, it's a no-brainer for me. I've definitely got mine on pre-order, which I've had for some time. And leading up to this event, I was actually a little nervous because Tommy's my friend. He has been a long time, since the mid-2000s, when I met him at the Classic Gaming Expo in Las Vegas. We've been friends since then, on, you know, periodically get in touch on social media, and I see him at conventions and stuff. But we've really become good friends just in the last few years. And I was a little nervous about this event because if the Amico, if I was disappointed with it, or if I felt the controllers were a little awkward, or it was just, you know, it just didn't feel right, or I didn't enjoy the games, I was going to have to be, you know, I was going to be honest. All my reviews are honest. I've been reviewing comic books and games and movies and all that kind of stuff since the late 90s. And there's some people that'll barely talk to me today because I didn't like their particular project or whatever. But I just have to give honest reviews. And I've given good friends sort of mediocre reviews for their products if I wasn't crazy about them. And I've given people that I don't particularly care about positive reviews for their books or their movies or their comics or whatever, because I was being objective as possible. And that's what I do. Try to be as objective as I can. Now, growing up with the Intellivision and liking, just sort of liking these pick up and play type titles, maybe, you know, objectivity is sort of relative, I guess you could say. But so I'm sort of a built-in audience for this. But the real test is going to be to see if families pick up on this, and if kids and parents and everything. And the Christmas season of this year is really going to be crucial. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments if you have a Amico pre-ordered. Let me know what you think about this console and just your general impression of the Amico in general. And if you were at the museum event, please weigh in and let me know what you thought of the console. We will talk to you guys in another video. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, and check out my Amico videos. I've done quite a few for my channel, and I do have a playlist. I will put that in the description or comments of this video. Anyway, guys, we will talk to you later. I'm gonna keep walking in this park. It is absolutely gorgeous. We will talk to you later. Thanks for watching.